Hello everybody, this is Mama Mondays. I'm Amy Cassandra and I wanted to you're probably looking at my glasses, right? Yeah. I do not have perfect vision, so I have to wear glasses, and I ran out of some solution, and then so I had to go get some, and then I was running late, so I didn't have time to put it, and so then I had to wear my glasses today. This week I wanted to just kind of tell you guys something that maybe isn't, well, it's something that my mom told me, and then it kind of turned into a lesson or just something important to keep in mind. My mom lived in Mexico for a while, and when she was younger, this was, I'm not going to tell you the year necessarily because I would give away her age, but when she was like 19 or something, it was obviously like way before I was born. It was a tradition or a custom for women to only they only had 3 options for careers. At the time, my mom and my grandma really needed money, and so my mom decided that the best option for her was to become a secretary. It was fast, and so that's what she did. She started doing that, but here's the thing, and I feel like a lot of people in our generation don't know this, but in Mexico around that time, I'll go ahead and just kind of give you a decade. I think it was like 70s or so, and I know that that's like, ooh, hippies. So it was a custom or a tradition for ladies who were secretaries to either learn how to smoke or to drink. Because if the boss needed you to, talk with clients or whatever, you couldn't just be left out. Like, you had to be part of the team, and so that was smoking or drinking. And my mom decided to start smoking. Now, this isn't something necessarily like, yay, I'm gonna start smoking, whoop whoop. And I mean, my mom had a tough time with it. And so when I was born, my mom, I'm wondering like how she did it, because I see sometimes people that are smoking and stuff, and I mean, it's not something that you can just give up cold turkey, and your life kind of revolves around it. Like, imagine, I don't know, being in a movie theater and you really, really have to smoke. It's like, well, you have to go outside and you miss part of a movie. I don't know. I'm just saying that it must have been really, really hard for my mom. And especially when I was young, she would go outside and she'd keep an eye on me. She'd just like smoke right outside and then come right back in. Because, I mean, even after she stopped being a secretary and she moved on to other jobs, I mean, it's not something, like I said, that you can just quit cold turkey. There were several times that my mom tried to stop smoking. And if you're a smoker, or, if you have any kind of nicotine addiction or any kind of addiction at all, you can understand and, realize just how horrible it was for my mom to stop smoking. And I mean, she loved me so much. And even with that, it was like she would just not feel good. And then something amazing, or I guess terrifying all at the same time, happened. And this is something I haven't really talked about to you guys, but my mom was working at an imaging center, so where they do like CT scans, MRIs, and stuff like that, and they were testing new equipment. And my mom was like, yeah, I'll test it. So, I'm like, okay, get in the, I believe it was an CT or an MRI, I'm not sure exactly. And so she said, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and try it. Well, her and somebody else tried it, and I mean, it's just crazy how things work out sometimes. They found a tumor in my mom's brain, and I was going to be starting 6th grade. This was in 2003, and she went ahead and she had the surgery. And I mean, it was like, thinking after the fact, it's like, oh my God. Like, I remember this one scene in my head, in my mind, where we were in the car with my aunt. We didn't have a car at the time. And I was in the back seat, and my mom was writing her will. And she was talking with a lawyer on the phone, because everything. I don't remember, like exactly how much time passed between her having the CT/MRI or whatever, and then her actually having the surgery. But it was like really, really close to the optic nerve. So she could have gone blind, like, really quickly. So she had to get the will and everything, like everything settled before she went in for surgery. And I just remember that. And she was crying, and I remember thinking, like, I don't really know what's going on. I mean, I was just done with 5th grade, and it was this whole thing. But, and here is where the wonderfulness happened. My mom had the surgery. They went up through her nose. And they went like all the way back here. I have no idea how they did it. Like medical awesomeness. Because people always thought, they're going to have to like open her here. And, I don't know. But no. So they went up through her nose. She had a little tiny little scar. You can't even see it. But they went up there and they took it out. It ended up being a Rathke's cleft cyst. So we knew that the tumor wasn't, well, we were hoping that it wasn't cancerous, or we already knew it was benign. Like I said, I had no idea what was going on. This is what I remember. So he took it out, and Dr. Boguet, he was amazing. And so he took it out. It was really sticky. He kind of tugged at the pituitary, which is, it's like back there. It's kind of in charge of everything, which is pretty important. And so they took it out, and next thing we know, my mom's out of surgery. We're like, wonderful. And my mom just loses her, like, addiction to smoking. I know. You're like, wait, what do you mean? So she got out of the surgery, and she didn't want to smoke. Now, I'm not recommending that you smokers have surgery. But my mom and I always made a joke. We're like, well, hey, if that's all it took, then, if you want to quit smoking, go ahead and have brain surgery. But if it wasn't for that, I feel like my mom would have kept smoking, or, she would have tried and tried. But, and here's the other thing. Later on, she had some x-rays done, of her lungs. And guess what? It turns out she never properly smoked cigarettes. Woo! So she would always just like inhale, or just like puff a little bit, and it was just in her mouth, and she would exhale it. So it never went like down here, nothing. Her lungs were amazing, which is just totally awesome to me. So brain tumor basically helped her quit, and then she never learned properly. So, I'm not saying that you should smoke and learn the wrong way or have brain surgery or anything, but the whole moral of the story is don't start smoking in the first place. Yeah, we've all seen those commercials, with the I don't know what they're called, but people that have had like their, throat cancer, the ones that are like, smoking doesn't lead to death, you just lose a lung or something like that. And I feel like it scares some of us, but I saw it firsthand. I saw my mom and how much she wanted to quit, and just, it was insane. And so my mom always told me, I feel like I don't need to tell you to never start smoking, because you're seeing it firsthand. And I did. And she loved me so much, and I was never a part of, the secondhand smoke or anything, but just imagine, think of your friends. Are they smoking in front of you? Are you smoking in front of them? And I know, I'm not in your position, because, you take up smoking for whatever reason, peer pressure, or, I'm just having a bad day, which one won't hurt me. Next thing you know, bam, hello, pack a day. But just keep that in mind. Think of others, think of your health. If you're a mom and you're trying to, stop smoking, think of your kids. Think, do you want to be here 10 years from now? Do you want to be here 20 years from now? I never thought anything less of my mom, don't get me wrong. But I always knew that was something she struggled with. And then, of course, when she was, no longer addicted to smoking, and after that brain surgery she did not smoke once in her life, after that, which is insane. There were times where she was like she would smell him and feel kind of like, whoa. But even with that, and then, of course, you need help from people, support, friends, families, or families. So just keep that in mind, guys. I know it's really hard to stop doing something, or I don't know, or maybe if you haven't even started smoking and you're like, well, I think it'd be really cool, in the movies. I mean, that used to be a thing, and a while ago. But just don't start. Honestly, there's so many bad things that can go wrong. I'm not even going to tell you because you can watch TV and just see it. Just keep that in mind. And I hope you guys just realize how important it is for you to just stay good and just healthy and free of other things. And I'm not even going to go into hookah and like the other things because personally I don't really like them. I don't know, if you want to have a flavor in your mouth, why not eat food? I love food. Or a lollipop or something. But that's a whole nother thing. But I'm just talking about strictly smoking. Thank you guys so much for listening to this. I know it's one of those things where it's kind of controversial because some people agree with me, some people don't. That's okay. I just wanted to kind of share a little bit of my experiences with that and what my mom taught me. Okay, so I will see you guys next Monday. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.